Alright, so now we're going to do object number 8. To start off, we're going to create a 2D sketch on a plane. And we're going to make a rectangle with the dimensions of 4 by 3. And we're going to extrude that up 1. Alright, so now we got basically a rectangular prism, and now we need to fillet these edges here. Fillet means to round an edge. And we got the option right here for fillet. I'm going to click on that, and by looking at the drawing on the paper, we can tell that the fillet itself is going to have a radius of 0.5. So click on radius, type in 0.5, then click on selected. So now what we're going to do is we're going to select our edges that we want to fillet, make them round. And if you notice before I hit apply that they're showing what the fillet is going to look like. So if I know that's right, then I'm going to hit apply. I'm going to close that box out. Alright, so now we got the base here with our edges with fillets on them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a sketch on the back of this here to start the tower portion basically of this drawing. And using the rectangle tool, I want to make sure I want to snap to this top edge here. And I want to make a rectangle that is 2 wide by 3.5 tall. Okay, I want to make sure this is right in the middle where it's going to be, so I'm going to dimension from this edge to this edge, and that should be 1. And if I did this correctly, this side should be the same, which is 1 as well. Now there are a couple of different ways that you can round this top here by using the circle command, or if you want, you can use the fillet command in the sketch mode, and that is what we're going to do. So I'm going to click on fillet up here, and our radius is going to be 1. So I'm going to change it to 1. And what you can do is you can either click on the corner itself, and if you notice you can see the fillet to come up there, or if you want you can click on both lines that you want the corner to fillet around. Either way will work. Once you have that fillet done, then you can just close out of this command. Now I want to extrude this, and right now it's going in the opposite direction, so if I click right here, that flips the direction, and that is going to be extruded 1. So there's one thing that I noticed that I actually did wrong here, and that is the size of this right here. Instead of undoing everything, if I go up to where my extrusion was that I just made, click on the plus next to it, and on sketch 2, I want to right click and hit edit sketch. And the issue I made was this is not 3.5, this should actually be 4.5. So I'll change that dimension and then hit enter, and then it changes the height of it, and I'll click finish sketch, and it updates my sketch. So now what I want to do is create the front part of this right here. So I'm going to create a sketch on this face, and what I'm going to use is the circle command. Okay, the circle is going to match this right here. Now if you notice when I scroll over this line, it points out where the center point is. So to make it easy, I'm just going to click on this center point, and I'm going to snap my circle to this top surface here. So it makes my circle for me, and now I'm going to extrude that circle another 1 inch. And click OK, and now we're almost done with this part. All we have left to do is create a hole in this face and down here. So I'm going to first do the one up here. I'm going to click on the circle, start sketch, and I am going to do a circle right on that same center point with a diameter of 1. Then I'm going to extrude that. Again, I want to make sure I cut, and I want to go through all and click OK. And I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom here. I'm going to create a sketch. It's going to be a circle, which is going to be right around this middle here. So right now I'm just going to click somewhere and make this a diameter of 1. And I can change the dimensions on it. So I'm going to click dimension, and I want a dimension from the center point to the edge, and that is going to be 2. And then from the center point from this edge, and that is going to be 1. Now if you notice, just from the top view, you don't see the whole circle, but if you move it around, you will see it. So I'm going to extrude, cut that, and that goes all the way through as well, and click OK. Now there's one thing left to do, and that is to add fillets on the edges right here. Okay, same way we did the fillet here, and in the sketch mode, you can do it using the 3D modify. So I'm going to click on fillet, and this fillet is going to be 1. So I'm going to change my radius of this fillet. I'm going to type in 1, click on selected, and I'm going to click this edge here. And without even turning my object, I can just slowly move the cursor over and then find the line that I want to select, and I just click on that, and it makes that fillet as well. So again, just like before hitting apply, I can make sure that these are the right sizes, and they are. So I'm going to hit apply and then cancel. And after looking over the part, I can tell that I did everything so far correctly, and that is the end of this part.